Welcome to my tour of the Briarwood Mall in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This footage was filmed right before Christmas time, so that explains why all the Christmas decorations are up. This mall is still doing quite well for malls in this current state. Okay, over here we have a regional anchor JCPenney with an awesome court. This was also filmed during mall walkers hours, so that's why several of the stores are not open yet. It looks like there was a store that's closed there that's now covered up. But, yeah, this mall still has a pretty decent occupancy rate. It was originally built by the Todman company, and they built some of the very famous malls, like Lakeside, and some of the other more famous malls in the Detroit area. They also built Woodland Mall in Grand Rapids, too. Sears and JCPenney would be original anchors to the mall, and shortly after, Hudson's would be added, as we will see soon. Hudson's, the entire company became Marshall Field's, and then it became Macy's during the great Macy's consolidation period in the early 2000s. Over there we have that area that goes down. Very cool area. If you look at old photos, it had like seating. Now it has like food kiosks, kind of. So that's interesting. Okay, let's go down here. Yeah, this mall has very unique ceilings. I'm glad they've stuck around throughout all the renovations this mall's had, since it's a 70s mall. But yeah, you can see it's doing, like I said, quite well. This mall's like overall design is very, very strange where it goes down, but I do quite enjoy it. I think it's very cool. As we can see also here, we have several JCPenney signs that hang down. Okay, so this is where Sears used to be until Sears closed, along with a lot of the other Sears stores. Behind that wall, there's just a parking lot now because Sears was torn down to make way for the Harvest Market, which is a mix of, I think, outdoor shops and maybe housing. So that should bring some different types of people and things to the mall that might attract more customers and keep this mall viable. Better than just having an abandoned Sears, I guess, like a lot of malls do right now. There's an Operational Express store and then a very nice American Eagle. Also, it looks like they have a cotton candy machine, which is something I don't see at a ton of malls. I've seen it a few times, but not all that much. Anyway, at some point, I think the Mills Group became part owners of this mall, and that's very surprising because I think it's the same Mills Group that owns, or that built some of the very infamous Mills malls, so I'm very surprised they'd have a stake in this, it's somewhat normal mall. But when the Mills Group was acquired by Simon, that's how this became a Simon Mall. And yeah, you can tell it's a Simon Mall because it doesn't have a ton of unique things to it, but that's okay because Simon does a very good job at keeping the mall occupied. And there is Hudson's, or Macy's now. It was not open for the day yet, but it is still open. Yeah, so now we go back down the main concourse, and there's an Apple store, which is always a good sign for your mall. It's a very small Apple store, but it is quite a nice Apple store. They were just opening up when I was there. There's quite a few mall walkers in this mall too, so it looks like they're doing a pretty good job attracting the local community to this mall, and that's a very positive thing to see. Looks like we're going back down the JCPenney wing. Yeah, okay, so we have the JCPenney court over there. Looks like we have one of those like restroom hallways, a vacant store that's covered up. Quite interesting there. We've got the Buckle, and yeah, interesting. Coca-Cola machine there. This floor of this mall is also relatively, it's not super unique, but it's a nice ceiling, honestly. We got some, I think, local businesses too that call this mall home, which is pretty cool to see. Beauty essentials, wow, very fancy. And it looks like we're going to go down to the Von Maur, which was actually built, I think, as Lord & Taylor, which is interesting to see. Lord & Taylor closed all their stores in, I think, 2020. So this mall probably good plan overall to replace it with Von Maur, which is a company that's still doing quite well. And there's an old car in the mall, which is pretty cool to see. As we go down towards the Von Maur. Again, the ceiling design is pretty cool. I think this wing might have been an extension at some point too, but it matches them all quite well. Don't quote me on that, I'm not quite sure, but that's what I thought I read. And then they had some Christmas decorations up here, so that's cool. So, yeah, that's the mall. Stay tuned, and we will drive around the mall shortly, and you can see what the exterior looks like soon with yeah. Okay, so now we're driving around the outside. We've got a Forever 21. There's one of the mall's main entrances with the Panda Express there, which is quite cool to see. Over here we got the Hudson's Macy's. Very cool building. I'm glad this Macy's still open because I really like that building. It's quite a cool anchor design. Again, there's the Macy's with like a skylight thing over there, which is quite cool. Yeah, so we've got also the P.F. Chang's, which are in quite popular malls. So that's cool. Yeah, that's where Sears used to be. That's now torn down because they're going to build the Harvest Market right there. And we will see a closer look of that in a second. Got some light posts. Yeah, that's Sears used to be there. Now it just kind of stops. Yeah, so that's where Sears used to be. It's currently under construction to be the new Harvest Market, and that's probably good for the mall in the long term. So that's, I guess, nice to see. Well, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. I'd appreciate it quite a lot. And, yeah, enjoy the rest of this drive around. That's me. See you next time.